This first style uses the straps, which are knitted flat separately and can be attached with a ribbon. So you'll start by taking a ribbon and going through one of the center holes in the top. You'll go over and under through all of the holes in the upper hem. Once you reach the width of where you want the strap to be, pull the ribbon out and you'll use that to attach the strap. I like to go through the hole in the strap and then back through the hole in the top once more, because this kind of anchors it a little bit more securely so that it doesn't slide around on the ribbon on your shoulder. Once you've done that, then just go over and under through the length of the strap again until you reach the other side. When you get to the other side, you'll do the same process again on that back one, and then over and under over to where you want the other strap to be on the other side of your back. Once you reach the center front, then you'll just tie a bow using the beginning side of the ribbon that you started with. And if you don't have it perfectly centered like I do here, you can fiddle around with it a little bit and change the width of the straps, or you can just tie a bow over a hole in the center, and honestly you can't see it with the bow covering it. I was just a little bit too lazy to do that. So that is this top. This style uses a similar idea, but you don't use the knitted straps and you just rely on the ribbon itself to be the strap. So start the same way at one of the center holes, going over and under, and when you reach the width that you want it to be, you'll just pull it through to the other side without weaving it through the strap at all. And then you'll do the same thing where you go across the whole width of the back to where you want the other strap, go back around, and when you get to the front, you can tie it in a bow. But for this one, I wanted to make it a little extra special, and I stranded a pearl charm onto the ribbon before I tied it into a bow. And I think this just adds an extra special element to it. So play around with adding a charm or a pearl or some kind of jewel before you tie it into a bow. The tube top is really simple. Just start again at one of the center holes and go over and under all the way around until you make it back to the front, and then either tie it in a bow or a knot. For this one, I used an I-cord knitted out of white mohair yarn that I stranded some pearl beads onto before I knitted the I-cord. And I think it gives kind of a mermaid corally sort of vibe. This top has the same idea, but I just wanted to show how using different materials for the ribbon can totally change the look. For this one, I used a satin shiny ribbon, and I really like how the ribbon contrasts with the knit, like the different textures, and tying it in a big bow in the front instead of just a knot also gives a different look. This style uses a ribbon to make a halter neck with a bow in the front. So for this one, go in through the center, go under and over until you reach the width you want, go around your neck, under over again till you get back to the center, and then tie it in a big bow. And I think this one is really pretty to use a super long ribbon like this one. This is a slightly different version of that halter that has the bow in the back instead of the front. So for this one, you'll start at the width that you want it to be, you'll go over and under until you reach the other side of the top, and then just bring the ribbons back behind your neck and tie them in a big bow. And again, so pretty with a really long bow to kind of dangle down. This one is using an eyelet ribbon that's really pretty. You can also use two separate ribbons or I-cords to make a separate strap on either side with a little bow. So put it through a hole in the front, that's the width you want the strap to be, find the corresponding hole in the back, weave them both through, and then you're going to want to grab those ends above your shoulder and tie them in a bow. It's really cute if you leave the bow on top like that, or you can also kind of shimmy it down so that the bow is at the front or the back. And then you're just going to want to do the exact same thing on the other side. And again, have fun playing around with different textures. The mohair, I think, looks so pretty here against the knit. Okay, this is me experimenting with the most princessy styling that I could possibly think of. So start with a really long ribbon that you strand a charm or a pearl through and lay that at the front of your neck. And then weave the ribbon through a hole kind of towards the back of your underarm on either side. Cross the ribbons in front and tie them in a bow behind you. And this gives a really cool like choker effect with ballet crossover straps in front. For this double strap style halter, start off with a ribbon and leave an end long enough to tie a bow behind your neck. Then take the other side and go into the band from above, go underneath, skipping a hole, and then come out the other hole. Then you'll take that and wrap it around your neck like a halter, come back in from above on the other side, go underneath, skipping another hole, and then come out again. And then once you've done that, bring the two loose ends behind your neck and tie them in a bow, and that's it. Okay, don't forget about wearing the top just alone as a plain tube top. I think that the picot edging on the top and bottom and the princess details really shine when you just wear this alone as a tube top.